Am I audible? Yes, am I audible? Good afternoon, all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's start our session. Is this screen is visible to everyone? In this today's session, we will see basic to advanced concepts in the pointers. Okay. So, and problem solving skills also. We have always balance between problem solving and your MCQs type of questions, which is asked at the time of interviews also. So let's move to first. Okay, so let's start with the pointer. So what is pointer? So pointer is a derived data type. Okay, because there are different types of data types in C language. Pointers, functions, arrays are derived data type. That means pointers are inherited from basic or built-in primitive data types like int. For example, int is a primitive data type. Okay, and if you write int pointer, then it becomes pointer type of variable. So this int pointer is derived from basic int data type. Similarly, we have to derive pointers from the structures also, that is user defined data types. We have to inherit pointers. Okay, that means if structure is there, so we can write struct, suppose stud, this is the name of the structure. So we have to inherit pointers from the struct student also. We will see structure in the next session. Okay, so what is the pointer? First, pointer is a derived data type which stores address of another variable. Okay, so what is meant by the pointer? Pointer is a derived data type which stores address of another variable. So in C language, there are two types of variable. Two types of variables. First type. Okay, so first type is called as the value variable. Second type is called as the reference variable. So reference variable or pointer variable. So value variable actually stores value of that particular variable, while reference or pointer variable stores address of another variable. Now, for important thing here, suppose int is equal to 10. Okay, so what is int a? Which is value variable. Value variable. Okay, so a is a value variable which stores actual value 10. Next, int pointer p is equal to, we have to store address of a inside pointer p. Means whatever may be the address of a variable on the RAM, that address is saved into the p variable. Now p variable, p is a pointer type variable. Okay, so understood the difference between value variable and pointer variable. Pointer variables are also called as reference variables. Okay, guys, yes, give the response. What is meant by value variable and pointer variable? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next part. But one point is there. Suppose I have to store pointer P1. So in float pointer, I want to store address of integer variable A. That is address of A. Okay. Can we write such a things? No. We cannot write such things because A is a value variable of type int. So we cannot store address of A into float pointer. Only float value we have to store. Means if there is a float f, so we can store address of f here. So in the float pointer, we have to store address of float variable. In int pointer, we can store address of int variable. So we can refine the definition. So what is pointers? Pointers are, or pointer is a derived data type which stores address of another variable of same type or data type. Type means considered as a data type. Guys, that is most important point. That is int pointer stores the address of integer variable only. Float pointer stores address of float variable, not the int. It gives syntactical error. Okay, great. So let's move to the next part. So next part, we will take how to print value of any variable and how to display the address of that particular variable. So first include #include stdio.h, that is standard header input output header file. Next integer main function. Yes. Here let's take one example. Integer a is equal to 10. So a is a value variable and that value is stored into the RAM on the stack partition, because storage class of this a variable is a atto. By default, this variable value is stored on the stack partition. Next, integer pointer p is equal to address of a. That means we have to store address of a into pointer p variable. Now we have to print value of a and its respective address. So how to print it? Printf a is equal to %d comma a. So it gives you value of a. If you want to print, printf address of a is equal to %d comma. Okay, so first we have to decide if you want to print address of any variable, format specifiers are different. For example, %u, if you want to display the address value in unsigned decimal value, then use %u and just give p. Okay, guys, after that write return 0. So how we can print the address of a? Address of a we have to store into pointer variable p. So just write p. So p gives you address of a. So let's check first. Save as type C source file, save it, compile and run. So it gives you value of a variable is equal to 10 and address of a is equal to 64,87,572. That is the address in the decimal format. Okay. So %u is used for displaying the address in the unsigned decimal format, because memory addresses are always unsigned. Addresses never signed, means minus plus like this. Okay, guys, now we will every value variable having two things, A and address of A. That two values are associated with the value variable. So just A, what it gives you? Value at that variable. So what is the value? 10. Address A. What address A gives you? Where this variable is stored on the RAM. Suppose on the RAM it stores at the 100. For our sake of convenience, we have right here 100, but addresses which is allocated on the RAM are mostly hexadecimal format. So address of A is equal to 100, means it gives you address. So address A gives you address of A variable, and just A gives you value at that value which is stored in the A variable. Guys, graphically we will see that. Okay, so this is our RAM, random access memory. RAM. Okay, so this is RAM, random access memory. Next, these are the variables A, B, C. These are the three value variables which stores the value 10, 20, 30. Okay, so first we take that only A having value 10. And what is the address of A variable? That is 100. This is the address where that A variable is stored. Now, if P is a pointer type of variable, okay, so A is 10 and P is a pointer type of variable, so it stores the address of A. Okay, so for here we can write it P1, P1. Okay, next, this P1 pointer contains the address of A because we have assigned A is what? Pointer, int pointer P1 is equal to address of A. So that statement assigns address of A, that is 100, to the pointer P1. So P1 points to this address location. So it is called as pointers. Pointers stores address of another variable. So address of A is stored inside the P1 variable. Understood? So this is the meaning. But guys, value variable having only two values. For example, A. If A, we want to print A, then A gives you what? Value 10. Second, address of A. So address of A gives you what? 100. Because A variable having address 100. While what is the value inside the A variable? That is 10. So A is equal to 10. Address of A is equal to 100. Only that two values associated with the value variable A. A is a value variable. P1 is a pointer type of variable. Great. But pointer type of variable having different three values. So pointer just P1. What P1 gives you? P1 means what is the value inside P1? That is address. So it stores the address itself of another variable A. So it is 100. Great. Next, what is the next thing? Address of P1. So address of P1 gives you what? This location, pointer type of variable having some address, base address, that is 700. So address P1 stores address value 700. Now most important thing, that is pointer P1. So what pointer P1 star asterisk mark, that is pointer P1. What pointer P1 gives you value at that address location. So what is the value at that address location? So P1 contains address 100, and what is the value at that address location? 10. So it gives you value 10. If you write pointer asterisk A, then it gives you syntax error, because pointer A does not having any meaning. Because what is the meaning of pointer A? Value at that address location. So A contains which address? No, A contains value, so it is meaningless. So it gives you syntactical error while you print like this. Guys, hope you understand. Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will repeat it again, so you have to understand it. What pointer variable stores? Pointer variable P1 stores address of another variable. Pointer variable P1 having three different values. Just P1 gives you value 100. Address of P1 gives the, what is the address of this P1 location? So it is a 700. And pointer P1 or star P1, which is value at that address location. So what is the value at that address location? 10. So that is displayed as a 10. Guys, hope you understand. But value variable A having only A means value contained inside the value variable A, and address of A means the, what is the address location for that primary memory or RAM. So it is 100. Okay, so it displayed 100. For our sake of convenience, we have write it in the decimal values, but it is actually addresses are in the hexadecimal format. Guys, hope you understand. Let's check with our ID. So first, format specifier, different format specifiers used for the printing addresses. So first is %U, %P, and %X. So what is the meaning of that? %U means address pointer value is displayed in the unsigned decimal. %P means as it is pointer address is displayed. %X value is displayed in the hexadecimal format. Guys, hope you understand this concept. Yes. So let's check one by one. First, print the value in the what? %U format means unsigned. So just compile and run and check what is the value. So it is like this in the format of decimal, unsigned decimal. If you want to print it in the hexadecimal, use %X, compile and run. Okay, so this is the hexadecimal format value FE. That means this value address of A is displayed in the hexadecimal format. Great. And last one is the pointer %P. These are the format specifier. P means whichever may in the console. So compile and run. So this is, yes, it is a hexadecimal, but other are 000 bit. So it is same address on the memory location. Okay, so question is, how many bytes are reserved for the pointer type of variable? We know integer variable in ANSYS 64-bit compiler, it requires 4 bytes. How many bytes are required for the A variable? 4 bytes. Okay, we will demonstrate it. Yes, integer A variable, how many bytes are required? 4 bytes for the A variable. So how many bytes are required for the pointer type of variable? Yes, it depends. Here in the 64-bit on CC, it requires 8 bytes. Okay, so shall we prove that? Yes, we will prove that. So how we can prove that? Here, first calculate size. Yes, mute yourself. Okay. So first print the value of what is the size required for the A variable. So how to calculate size of A variable means how many bytes are required. So there is a function or operator called as size of, and just pass the name of the variable or name of the data type. Both are valid. So size of A, it gives you 4 here because it returns integer value, and that integer value is cached into percentage D. Next, how to calculate the P1s? Yes, we have to calculate using same. So right here, size of pointer variable P1 is equal to percentage D, because it is also in the integer format. So how to calculate size of? Yes, either write name of the P1 pointer type of variable, or there is another way you have to write int pointer. It also gives you how many bytes are required to store P1 pointer type of variable on the RAM. Okay, so guys, compile and run and check. Okay, so first I will give you here one/n. Yes, and then compile and run. Okay, so what is the size? Size of A is equal to 4, and size of pointer variable P1 is equal to 8. So pointer variable, integer pointer variable, how many bytes are required? 8 bytes. But it varies depending on the 32-bit or 64-bit operating system or compiler, and traditional or UNCC compiler, it varies. Okay, guys, hope you understand. Yes, any doubts till this? Yes, shall we move?
Please, can you repeat 1 second?
Okay, so I will repeat once again. So what is the use of size of function? Size of is a function or operator. What is the function? It returns how many bytes are required for the A variable. Now A is a value variable. We know int data type requires 4 bytes. So output is 4 here. Okay. And how many bytes are required for the pointer type of variable? So int pointer P1 is a int pointer type of variable. So it requires 8 bytes in 64-bit GCC compiler. Okay, and ANSYS standards as per the ANSYS standards. Okay, so size of P1 gives you 8 bytes. Here another thing we have to do, instead of A we can write int name of the data type, then also it is possible. Or here instead of P1 we can write the data type int pointer. So int pointer is a pointer type of variable, derived data type. Okay, so let's compile and run. So it gives you 4 bytes and 8 bytes. Now my question is, character C is equal to, suppose single quote, A. Great. So how many bytes are required for the C variable? Yes, tell me the answer. That is size of C is equal to percentage D, right, slash n here, comma, size of Just you can pass the name of the variable C, or you can write the name of the data type as an argument to the size of function. Both are possible. So how many bytes are required for the character data type? We know that. How many bytes? 1 byte. So it requires 1 byte. Let's check it works or not. Yes, it works. Size of C variable is equal to 1. Now, next, my question is, suppose we have taken one character pointer C1. Okay, so C1 is now character pointer. So how many bytes are required? So whether we can save it character C? Yes, it is possible. Address of C we have to assign to the C1 pointer. Yes, it is possible. Okay, so how many bytes are required to store? Yes,
2 bytes.
2 bytes. No, let's check. So size of pointer C1 is equal to percentage D, then slash n, comma, size of character pointer. Either you can give the name of the variable, or you can pass data type name, that is character pointer. Okay, so just compile and run, check how many bytes are required. Size of pointer C1 is also 8. Size of pointer variable P1 is also 8. But how many bytes are required for the A variable, value variable, which is integer type? 4 bytes. And what is the size of C variable? 1. C is a value variable, okay, of character type, character data type. Guys, any doubt? Now the question is, character pointer also required 8 bytes. Integer pointers is also required for 8 bytes. Yes. Yes.
आजा पटकन दे सगळं दे तू खाली घेऊन घे
Yes.
ते पण दे
Guys, don't on your mic. If you give the reply, just okay at that time and mute it. So character pointer also requires 8 bytes. Integer pointer also requires 8 bytes. Simple integer variable requires 4 bytes. And character, just simple character variable requires 1 byte. Great. Now take the another example, double. Double is equal to 10.10. So it is double value. And I have taken another variable, that is double pointer. Double pointer. Suppose D1 is equal to address of D. So guys, tell me, double, we know double data type requires how many bytes? 8 bytes are required to store the data on the RAM. And double pointer, how many bytes are required? Same 8. Let's demonstrate it. Printf size of D is equal to percentage D slash n, comma, size of, you can pass just name of the variable also, D. Okay, so what is the, how many bytes are required? Yes, we know how many bytes? 8 bytes are required. Next is a printf. Calculate the size of pointer. Size of pointer double. So double pointer also it required how many bytes? So that is also using size of, suppose double pointer variable name is D1. So pass D1 to the size of function and check. Now check whether it works. compile and run. So size of pointer double is also 8, size of pointer C1 is also 8, and pointer variable P1 is also 8. So character pointer, integer pointer, double pointer, every pointer type of variable requires same bytes, that is 8. In this 64-bit ANSI GCC compiler, if it is traditional, it requires 4. Depends. 32-bit system, it requires 4. Okay, guys, understood? And how many bytes are required for the double? Yes, it is 8 also. Yes, that means there is a rule. Whenever we have to store the address of any value variable like character, double, or integer, we required 8 bytes, which is reserved on the memory here. So this pointer type of variable P1, P2, P3. Okay, so how many bytes are required for P1? P1 requires how many bytes? If it is float, double, character, integer, whatever may be the type of that pointer variable, it requires how many bytes? 8 bytes to store that value. In the P1, it requires 8 bytes. Okay, but A, B, C, how many bytes are required? It depends on their respective data type. If A is integer, then it requires yes, it requires how many bytes? A is integer type, then it requires 4 bytes. Okay, so if the A base address is 100, then 103. This full block is reserved for the A variable if it is integer type. If it is float, then also 4 byte. If it is double, then it requires 8 bytes. How many bytes are required? 8 bytes are required. So as per the data type, value variable, we have divided into different number of bytes, because as per the whenever we develop the compiler, at that time we decide how many bytes are reserved for the int, float, double, etc. Yes, guys, understood? Okay. Hope you understood. This is very much complex statements. Pointer is very much complex, but if it is no, it is very easy to understand. But that's why it requires concept clearance. I hope you understand this point. Okay, so pointer variable always requires 8 bytes. Why 8 byte? It is a 64-bit GCC compiler. Okay, that's why it is 8 bytes. If it is traditional 32-bit system, okay, compiler, then it requires only 4 bytes. Yes, guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now why it is happens? Yes, we also know that in our Earth, okay, we have divided that into different addresses. Locations are divided into addresses, longitude and latitudes. Okay, so each location having longitude and latitude. That means each bungalow in Mumbai, very large bungalow, having some address, as well as very small block or room in the Mumbai city, like city, 10 by 10 room, also having some address. So when we post the letters to them, previously we have what? We have to write the letter and post it into post box. So at that time, only same line, number of lines of required is same. Why? Because the address is same. If the value is bigger, then also that value we have to store the address only. Each and every locations, what we have to store here? Only address P1, P2, P3, what we store? These addresses. Okay. So if this is a having 4 bytes, no doubt it also require 8 bytes, because the address size, that much size we have reserved for the pointers. If it is character, no doubt only we have to store the address, base address of the character. So it requires same number of bytes. Okay. So Note down that every pointer type of variable requires same number of bytes. It depends on the compiler, 32-bit or 64-bit. Okay, if it is 64-bit, it requires 8 bytes. If it is 32-bit, it requires 4 bytes. Understood? Okay. I hope you understood it and enjoying the lecture. So let's move to the next part. Okay. Next part. So shall I remove all this code? Okay. Let's take one variable integer, which is value variable, stored value as a 10. Then take another pointer type of variable, integer pointer p, declared it. This is called as pointer declaration. Pointer declaration. Okay. Now, how to initialize it? P is equal to address of A. We can store address of A into pointer P. Okay. Yes. Or we can write it pointer P is equal to address A and printf value of, or we want to print the address of A is equal to percentage U. We can, there are different options, percentage U, percentage U, percentage P, percentage X. So printing the address, just write P here. Okay. So just save it and compile it. Oh, it gives you warning. Assignment makes integer from the pointer without a cast. It is not possible. In traditional, here it is a warning, but in traditional it gives you error. Traditional C language, it is an error. Why it is an error? Because what is the meaning of pointer P? Pointer P. What is the meaning of pointer P? Meaning is store, or its meaning is value at that address location. So it gives you value, pointer P, it gives you value, and what we store there, address, it is not possible, it is wrong. Why? We can write like this. Yes, we can write P is equal to address of A. Yes, it is possible. It does not give you any warning. Just check, because address A, and what is P? P is also address. We can assign, assignment operator, always address is assigned to address and value, that is value is assigned to value variable. Here 10 value is there, so it is assigned to A. Yes, it is possible. P is a pointer variable, so what we have assigned, address A. So note down, that is address is equal to address and value is equal to value. Means if on the right hand side there is a value, we have assigned value, then here we can catch it into value variable. If on the right hand side there is an address, then we want to store it into the address type of variable. So we can write here is a P. Just P gives you what? Address. And pointer P gives you what? Value at that address location. So pointer P always gives you value. Understood? For example, if you want to print value of A, then we can print it into value of A is equal to percentage D, because it is integer type, /n. How we can got the value? Either we have to write just A, just writing A, that A is displayed instead of percentage D, and what it gives you? It gives you what? Actual value, that is okay. that is 10 because A contains value 10. Yes, great. Another way how we can write print the address of A. Yes, there are another ways. We can print value of A indirectly by using pointers. How it is possible? Pointer P. What is the meaning of pointer P? Pointer P means value at that address location. So if A contains value 10 and P1 that contains the address of A, then value at that address location. So what is the value at that? Pointer P1 means value at that address location. What is the value at that address location? 100. What is the value? 10. So what it is printed? So it prints 10. Yes. Guys, hope you understand. So what is the value? Just compile and run. Okay, first compile. Is there any error warning? No, because we have to resolve. Then run it. Check. Value of A is equal to 10. Value of A is equal to 10. So what pointer P gives you? Pointer P gives you value at that address location. So which address is stored into P? Address of A. And what value? That A contains 10. So what is the value printed here instead of pointer P? That is 10. Guys, hope you understand. Yes. Any other way to print the value of A? Yes, tell me. We want to print value of A in another way, indirect way. This is direct way, direct method, or direct way. Access variable A. Using pointer, this is an indirect way to access variable B. So this is using pointer, that means indirectly we can access the value of A variable, not directly. Okay, so in hacking type of programs, always pointers are very much essential. Okay, so what is hacking? Hacking means indirectly you can access the account of other user which are not authenticated to you. Then also you have to access the value. Then it is called as hacking. Yes, guys, understood. So my question is, how we have to print the value of A in another way? So just check address of A. Yes, we have to write address of A. Remove it. And again star. So what is the value is printed for this third statement, or it is valid or it is invalid statement. That means it, if it is gives the error, yes, if it is gives any error, or it is syntactically correct.
Yes, sir, it is correct.
Yes, it is syntactically correct. But now what value this is print instead of %d? Address of A. What is the meaning of address of A? Means A variable is also having some address. Graphically, I will show you A variable. So what A variable's address? Address of A means 100. And what it again gives you? Okay, I will show you. Pointer, then inside that address of A. So what is the meaning of that? So address of A, what it gives you? 100. What is the address A? 100. So 100 means pointer star means what is the meaning of that? Value at that address location. So 100 address value. What is the value at the 100 address location? That is the 10. So what it gives you? This also gives you what? Value as a 10. Okay. So if we print it, it is syntactically correct. We can check it by compiling it. There is no error, no warning, and just go and run it. So what is the value? Value of A is equal to 10. Yes. Did you understand? Okay. So next. Any other way? Yes, there are another way. Suppose first I write pointer A and then ampersand. Is it valid statement or invalid statement? First, tell me guys.
Invalid.
Invalid. Yes, it is an invalid statement. Then it gives you either error or warning. Okay, so let's check first. Compile. Yes, it gives you error. Invalid type argument of unary star. Okay, so it gives you error. We cannot write like this because we have already seen that pointer A. So pointer A, what is the meaning of pointer A? Value at that address location. Value at that address location, but A contains actual value. And what is the meaningless? Star A. Star A. Star A. Pointer A. It is meaningless because A contains value. And what is the meaning of pointer A? Value at that address location. That means A contains address. But here, and not an address, it is a value 10. So it is a wrong perception. Okay, so pointer A, first pointer A, it is a wrong because A is a value variable. So after address, it is correct, but pointer A is wrong. So address A, yes, it is possible. Address A, 100, and its address, is it valid? Just check, compile. It is also not valid because address, no, it is not valid. Okay, understood guys? Address A means 100 here in this example, and address 100 is the address, so it's again not having some any address. Okay guys, hope you understand. So it is a invalid statement. Let's move to print. Next thing is how to print address of A in different ways. Address of A is equal to percentage U slash n. So how we can print it? Just address of A. What address of A gives you? Address, which is in the which format? Percentage U. U means unsigned integer. Okay, so let's compile and run it. So this is the address of A. Yes, correct. Now, how to print address of A in another ways? Copy it. So another ways, just write P. Just write P. Okay, so what? Just P. Understood? P. Just P gives you address. Just P gives you address, which is stored here. So just P is a address, but pointer P is a not address, it is a value. Pointer P gives you value at that address location. So pointer P gives you value and just P gives you address. Understood guys? So yes, what address P stores? Stores the address of A. So it gives you same value, that is address of A. Guys, just check it. Compile and run. Let's check both address of A, previous and next line. Both are same. Great. Now, any other way to print the address of A? Yes, there are number of ways. So first way, that is pointer P. It gives you value. So values address. What is the meaning of that? First is it is calculated pointer p. So pointer p gives you value 10 and its address means itself address of A. Just compile and run and check whether it gives the correct value or not. Yes, great. It gives you correct value. Yes, guys. Next, any other way to print address of A? Yes, there is another way. For example, pointer P. Address of P means, what is meaning of address of P? It gives you P's address. P also having some address. Okay, so this is a P or P1. So P1, just P1 gives you 100. Address of P1 gives you 700. That means this P1 pointer type of variable having some address 700. So address P1 gives you 700. Now 700 and 700's pointer. Is it valid? Address of P, yes, it gives correct value. And it's 700's value. So 700's value, what is the 700's value? So 700's value means this 100, which is address of, again, a variable. Okay, so let's check, compile and run. Oh, great. So these all are the addresses of a variable, and these addresses we have access into different ways. So these are different ways. Again, tell me, is it valid? Suppose address of P, pointer, again, just I will cut it and paste here. Okay, and its pointer. Is it valid statement? Address of P, yes, it is valid. Its value means again 100, means it gives you address of A, and again its value means what is the output of this program? What is the output of this last line? Tell me. 100 means here address. Okay, or that means address or value 10. Tell me, guys. You have to give the meaning to each. Address of
10
P.
values, sir.
10 value.
Just compile and run and check address of A. Not this is a message, but what is the value? 10. Okay, so this is another way to print the values. Guys, hope you understand. So that's why pointers are called as the flexible. Pointers are more flexible. Yes, that means we can indirectly access number of different locations. Yes, any doubt till this? Yes, guys, any doubts?
No, sir.
Great. I hope you're enjoying. This is a very difficult concept, but if you listen carefully, then you understand what is the meanings of that. So let's take 5 minutes break. Okay, only 5 minutes, and then we will start with the another remaining points. Okay.